Yeah, when you do a deep dive on what gurus say and have said about a given topic, you really, you look at their websites, you look at everything they've ever written. I mean, I
Mhm.
really did a lot of research in this book. And so, I found out everything that these gurus believe on a variety of topics. And when you do that, what you find is that you're even more shocked about what they believe and have said than you initially even thought possible, right? And that's just to give you a quick example, not to pick on Dave Ramsey again, but he really is the star of the show here.
Mhm.
Um, it's not a book entirely about Dave Ramsey, but you walk away from this book thinking, wow, Dave, why does Dave think the things that he does? It doesn't really make sense. The guy's worth $1 billion. You don't get to be worth $1 billion by not being smart. So why does Dave Ramsey believe the things that he does? But I'll just give you an example. When it comes to Roth conversions, he says you should not do a Roth conversion if you're within 5 years of retirement. And Wade Pfau was really shocked when he read that in the manuscript. He says, he couldn't possibly be any more wrong about this.
Mhm.
He says when you approach retirement and you actually hit retirement, a lot of times your tax bracket drops. It's a perfect time to start considering Roth conversions. He says, he's 180 degrees wrong on this. If he were any more wrong on this, he'd be veering his way back towards right again. I mean, that's how wrong he is on this. And Dave Ramsey also says that you should never do a Roth conversion unless you have the cash with which to pay the tax on the Roth conversion. And while this is generally a good idea, Wade Pfau says there's lots of scenarios in which he could, envision somebody doing a Roth conversion, even if they didn't have the cash with which to pay the tax. And then the last one that I really take Dave Ramsey to task on is he says you should never do a Roth conversion if you bump up into the next higher tax bracket. And he actually gives as the poster child the 22% tax bracket. He says if you're in the 22, don't ever bump up into the 24. And the 24 is still lower than the future version of the 22, which is 25. And
Mhm.
for 2% more, you can shift an extra $183,000 to tax free, and it only costs you 2% on the margin. I mean, this is precisely the type of instance in which you should bump up into the next higher tax bracket. So Dave Ramsey is like, he gets almost every facet of Roth conversions wrong, and all the things that he should be talking about are just sort of missing in action. And so I was really, really shocked when I read some of the things that Dave Ramsey said about that. I was shocked when I read some of the things that Susie Orman said about life insurance. She really is opposed to life insurance and really almost a Dave Ramsey esque way. Not, I mean, there isn't a scenario in which you could envision you would need cash value life insurance. And then don't get me started on Ken Fisher. I mean, I think Ken Fisher really hates variable annuities in his heart of heart, but he doesn't really say variable annuities. He says, I hate annuities. And so he sort of indicts the entire class of annuity products, even though he spends most of his time bashing variable annuities. But, there's reams of academic studies and 4 decades worth of research from PhDs all across the country and the world, for that matter, that really redeem and vindicate annuities as the single best way to purge longevity risk from your financial picture. And that Ken Fisher doesn't see that is really, really surprising. There's some other things that Ken Fisher has said or not said that I can't talk about given my interactions with him. But it's really, really surprising stuff. So anyway, just the depth of how wrong they are on a given set of subjects was really surprising to me.
Yeah, I think if only they would just preface their advice with "in general," it would go a long way, a really long way. But of course, everything is absolutes, as you've already described.
Folks, my upcoming book, The Guru Gap, How America's Financial Gurus Are Leading You Astray and How to Get Back on Track, is now available for pre-order on Amazon. Take the opportunity to order your copy today. By the way, in the next 10 years, I'm looking to put 1 million Americans on the road to the 0% tax bracket. If you would like some help implementing a balanced, comprehensive approach to tax-free retirement that shields you from the impact of higher taxes down the road, head on over to davidmcknight.com and click on the Connect with an Advisor button. I'm happy to refer you to an advisor in the Power Zero network that's been trained, vetted, and qualified personally by me. If you're a financial professional and want to learn how to become a certified Power Zero Advisor, head over to powerzero.com and opt into my free video series. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them into the comment section below. I'll respond to every single one of them personally. And don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the bell so you never miss a video. This is David McKnight. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.